Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me for today's Lunch and Learn. I'm Keith Armour, the Education and Homework Support Manager down here in the Adult Learning Center. Today's Lunch and Learn topic is going to be the Adult Learning Center. We put on a whole bunch, over 30 different classes that you can attend from anywhere, as long as you have a computer and as long as you have good internet service. I'm going to go over those classes, and I'm also going to introduce you to some of the people that run those classes. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into the classes that are offered for the fall quarter for the Adult Learning Center.
Well, all right, let's dive right into our adult education classes that are offered at the library. We've got a lot of classes that are virtual, so you can just jump right in. We have actually over 30 classes. And what I like what Lisa did, and she's our content specialist in the marketing department, and she wrote up this fall always signals return to school for kids from the first day of kindergarten to leaving for college. But now that they're hitting the books, what about you? There are plenty of ways for adults to continue learning and growing. And that's what the library is all about. And the Adult Learning Center, we have a lot of other adult education classes, but the Adult Learning Center has the bulk of them. The majority of what we do virtually are these classes. And what I also liked what she did was she kind of divided it up into different categories. One and done classes, see you next week classes, and in a class by itself, and then of course live and in person. So I'm going to go over a couple of one and dones, and these are classes that are offered multiple times but not part of a series. So you choose the date that's most convenient to you. So let's look at the very first one, Facebook Security and Privacy. That's actually offered on September the 14th, October the 12th, and the 9th. So when you get to this, you just click, and it brings it right to our event calendar, and you'll see here's all the information. And this class is offered on 3 different dates, but also 2 different times. So on September, it's from 2 to 3, and on November, it's from 2 to 3. But this October 12th class is actually offered 5 to 6. And all you have to do is click here, and you'll notice that here's a description. Do you know exactly who can see what you post on Facebook? Why are you seeing those particular ads? All of that kind of things. And what will happen is when you sign up, you just have to click here to register. You're going to put in your first name, last name, and of course a good email. And then you complete the registration. It's that easy to sign up a class. And then right before the class, about a day before, you'll get a link to the Zoom link that will link you right to the class, and you'll know that you're going to be able to learn some of this information. So if you can't make that one, you just click on this and you go right to a different class. All right. So I'm going to go back to our main page. And the same thing with the rest of these one and done classes. I need a resume. This is a class where if you already have a resume or you just need to bone up a little bit, study up on a little bit more effective ways to create a resume and also to learn a little bit about the library's tools for resume, you want to click on this and find that class. Now, this class might not be for you, but you might know someone that might be interested. So if you clicked on this, you'd notice that this class is going to be taking place on Thursday in person at Price Hill, on Saturday in September the 11th. And then we've got Thursday, a Saturday, a Thursday, and a Saturday. All right. So if you wanted to let someone know, say you wanted to let your niece or nephew know about the class that's coming up next Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, you would click here. And you can actually share it by going here, and you can share it on any of these platforms. You can email them. You can also just click here, and that's going to create a link. So if you want to write an email and say, hey, I know you're needing to update your resume, you've been talking about that, here's a class that you could go ahead and attend. All right. It's really easy just to register. There it is to register, and there you go. All right, I'm going to go back one more page. So, and then you've got, of course, I've got an interview, now what? So we're going to go over some common questions that people ask during the interview and some just basic tips. We're offering that 3 times. Library career resources. Now, this isn't for a career in library. It's actually, these are resources that the library provides everyone with a library card where you can learn all about Microsoft Office, you can learn about Adobe Creative Suite, data science, even high school equivalency and the GED. You can learn about those resources that the library has for you. And that is, of course, Wednesday, September 5th through November 24th, except for October 27th. We just make sure you know that we're offering that every Wednesday through that time period. And then you can organize your life with apps and websites, and that's going to be offered September 7th, October 5th, and November the 2nd. And then if you're interested in vision boards, a lot of times people want to kind of try to map out what they plan on doing, their next steps along a career path or personal, and this is going to be offered in September, October, and November. And these, once again, are one and done classes. You just attend one class. They're totally free because, of course, it's with the library. And then if you need to, you could always come back and take the class again and learn a little bit something new. But these are kind of one and done classes. Then we've got these series of classes, and this is a series. So see you next week classes. And that means that they're going to take you from one point to another. So our English Level 2 class is a 15-week class to help non-English speakers. Now, you do have to take a short placement test. And of course, it meets on Mondays and Tuesdays from September the 13th all the way until the end of December the 25th. Then we have ESOL Advanced. That's also a virtual class, and it's 14 weeks. We've got Exploring Colored Pencils, and that's discovery the potential and versatility of what colored pencils can do, and High School Equivalency Study Group. You know, the high school equivalency is not just the GED anymore. And actually, the state of Ohio has also recognized another method that you can get your high school equivalency, and that is the HiSET. So this study group is going to be meeting virtually, and we're also going to be able to offer you the high school equivalency study software. And I'm going to click right here. And you'll notice here are all the different, we have in-person, and then we also have virtual for this as well. So in-person, is going to be right here. So there's always going to be that in-person that you can do, and you can also do it virtually too, okay? And then preparing for U.S. Citizenship Exam. This is an 8-week course that just helps you kind of go over basically the civics section of the test and gives you just some updated information about the history. Even if you're not thinking about getting your U.S. citizenship and you're taking the test, you might want to sign up just to practice your English and learn a little bit more about the United States. And then our very popular Watercolors for Seniors 2 class is going on. And then understanding the digital world. And that's where we're going to kind of go through different topics, the early forms of communication that we've used, and how we are kind of learning more and more. We also talk about privacy concerns and passwords and those kind of things. And then we've got a class in a class by itself, and these are free classes. Remember, all of these classes that are offered are free, but they're all a little different in this category. And however you come you can come to as many or as few as you would like. And that's our creative writing workshop, where you get together, group meets every week to dedicate 90 minutes to work on a writing project. And they meet every Friday evening, September the 17th through December 17th. That's right here. And once again, registration's closed for that one. You have to remember to sign up very quickly, because sometimes those classes really fill up very quickly. Doodle meditations, and that's where you're going to learn how to doodle and meditate at the same time. It's kind of, we're going to show you how to use some of our online coloring books and how to print those off and how to do some meditation along the way to kind of reduce that stress. And that's meeting on Mondays in September, October, and 2 days and 3 days. So it's going to meet 3 times on those Mondays. And then ESOL Art is a virtual class also where you're going to do different art activities and also learn a little bit about English. It's a different way of doing a conversation class because you're going to talk about art, but you're also going to be doing art and you're going to be talking along the way. And Nicole does a great job with that. ESOL for everyone, and that's our virtual class. That was the very first virtual class we did back in March of 2020, and it's just very successful, and it meets Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, and it's going to meet throughout the fall quarter as well. This one I want to take, gardening in the fall. Dina does this one, and Dina does such a great job talking about how to prepare your garden for some possible fall crops, but also getting it ready for that cold winter season. And that's going to meet on Tuesdays from September 7th through November the 16th. And just to check on the time for that, that one is going to actually be from 6 to 7 p.m. So that's another series class where you would want to sign up for the series. Or Dina's really nice. She'll let you jump in there too once in a while. All right, ESOL for everyone is going to happen also live and in person. And that is going to be we're going to take our show on the road, and we're going to do that at the Price Hill branch. It's been renovated, has lots of great meeting space, and we're going to be meeting there on Mondays starting September the 13th from 5 to 6. And that's just anybody that wants to come in that is learning English as their second language. We're just going to have a conversation, talk about different things. You don't even have to register. You just have to show up. This is a new one for us. This is the adult reading class. And this is, it says, no matter what level you are, come take part in a host of different activities aimed at improving your reading comprehension. The group will meet each Tuesday from 4:30 to 6. And I'll actually be doing this class, and it's a really neat way to just get a little bit better. We have a couple of different software tools that we're going to use, plus also some discussion as well. We're going to try to find the right material to help you become a bigger, better, stronger reader as well. All right. So hopefully you'll show up for that one. And then of course that I Need a Resume class will be happening right there at the Price Hill branch. You can come, bring your resume, and we'll figure out how to create a new resume for you. And that's happening on September the 11th, October the 9th, and October the 9th and November the 13th. And that is from 3 to 4. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you this right here. I love this other blog post. This was what can you do with a library card? One of our library cards. You can, of course, explore the galaxy. That means checking out a telescope. We have those great telescopes with our partner over there at Cincinnati Observatory. And then, of course, our encyclopedia. We have a Spanish encyclopedia as well as our World Book Encyclopedia for kids, and also the regular World Book encyclopedias. We also have those encyclopedias inside the library branches too. You can fix up your house by a series of videos just by clicking here. You can learn to code. You have to sign up for Treehouse courses, and that's going to give you a whole bunch of different technology topics, coding, web design, and app creation. You can research African American history. There's a great archive with the African American Archive Collection. You can click right here and go right there. You can keep an eye on those state politicians by the Ohio Capitol Connection. It helps you follow certain bills that are going through the Ohio Assembly. experience a new country. There's culturegrams. I've talked about culturegrams for kids, but for adults, it's even better. You can really learn about different countries by visiting culturegrams, and you're going to learn a lot. Becoming a day trader. All right, be careful with this one, but you can learn a little bit about that from Morningstar Investment Center. And you can actually learn how to sign and be able to communicate with a person that is hard of hearing or does not is deaf, and that's signing savvy. And then of course you can travel the globe by getting our National Geographic Society, the official journal, and you can even get a free pass to go to these wonderful museums down here. Okay, so there's so much to do, from doing a class through the Adult Learning Center, one and done class, see you next week, or in a class by itself, or even live and in person. And the way that you want to find that is go to our events page. From going to the web page, you go to the events page, and then you scroll down. And if you're looking for things that have to do with adult education, you click right here and see how it automatically jumps up. And here's some classes that are coming up that are not there's some that are not through the Adult Learning Center. Here's the Cincinnati Unemployment Clinic. Of course, that's going on. That went on a little bit earlier today. But you'll see some other ones that are on here too. So I hope that you definitely check that out. I'll make sure there's a link to this page so then you can pass it on to other people and they can sign up for classes. All right, let me click out and I'll tell you a few more things.
Over 30 classes, and it's just a click away. Please register for those. I will tell you one thing. I do several of the classes. However, the bulk of the classes, the majority of the classes are done by my wonderful staff, and I just want to take this time to introduce them. Chelsea is doing our library resources for a career and our creative writing classes, amongst a couple of the other ones. And then Taylor is doing a variety of classes, from Facebook Security Basics to the Doodle Meditations. And then Nicole, she does a variety of classes, our bulk of our ESOL classes, and also she's a fine artist in her own right, and she does the art classes for us. So definitely make sure you check those classes out, register for them, and we'll send you the link, and you can take them right in the comfort of your own home. All right, I'll see you next week for Lunch and Learn, and have a wonderful Labor Day weekend.